How many times has it happened to you that you just read something and then a few seconds later you have to reread the page because you can't remember what you read? And you strain your mind to force yourself to remember the information, but nothing comes back to you, and eventually you have to reread the topic again. If you find yourself stuck in this loop and struggling with this memory issue, today we have brought you a step-by-step solution to this problem. Along with that, we'll share 2 learning secrets of billionaire Elon Musk, who, despite investing more than 100 hours in books to build SpaceX, always remembered that knowledge and applied it in his life and work. Be sure to watch the video until the end. Before doing any task, if you already know what you're going to do, how much time it will take you, and how you will do it, you mentally prepare yourself beforehand. For example, like watching the trailer of a movie before watching it, you mentally prepare yourself. So when you watch the movie, you automatically start remembering the scenes shown in the trailer. This makes your memory even stronger. Similarly, in pre-reading techniques, look at the content of the book or all the headings within the chapter you're going to read, and if the summary of that chapter is available, read it once. This will give your brain an idea of how tough or easy the material you are about to read is. Pre-reading once triggers an effect called priming your brain. When you pre-read or read the summary before reading a chapter or a book, your brain starts storing important things automatically. Priming your brain is the best academical action. So when you close your eyes for a while and think about a color, imagine that color for a while, and then when you open your eyes, you will start noticing that color everywhere. If that color is around you, it's somewhat like imagining a red car and then noticing the red car passing by every time in front of you. Similarly, when you pre-read, you prime your brain for words and concepts. Highlighting can be very useful for you if you use it correctly. But many people make a very big mistake. They start highlighting everything during reading time. Now they don't know this. As they keep reading, their brain keeps getting new information. And the brain thinks that all this information is important. But the best way to highlight is to read it well before marking it. Understand it, then decide if it's important or not. And this is very simple psychology. If you look at a page and highlight too much, then you are teaching your brain that the highlighted part is important. Remembering this is important, but you highlight the entire page. Your brain will also get exhausted and you won't be able to remember everything. But when you glance at a wide page and focus on selected colored parts, then you automatically start remembering it. So, before marking anything, reading it well, you benefit in 2 ways. First, you pay full attention to understanding that thing. You are reading it so that you can understand it, not just looking for something to highlight. And second, your page doesn't change color. You don't overload your brain by marking too much. And this is very important. Here, the most important thing is after you read. Here, you don't have to wait until you finish the entire chapter. Then don't make notes. Rather, you need to read a section well here. Important things need to be highlighted. After reading it again, write it down. You have to make notes of the most important details. But you might be wondering what the most important details are. And how will you know what is most important for you? Well, you will know before pre-reading and highlighting what is most important for you. Now, your note-taking method can be anything. You comfortable, make your notes in that way. Making notes means that you are summarizing that topic by writing it yourself. What did you learn from it? Now, how you explain it to yourself is up to you. And most importantly, you explain it by writing it down. Now, after doing these 3 things, your knowledge about that topic will increase a lot. Highlight whatever you want, make notes. Make a complete summary of all of them, covering all those topics in short, that you have to remember, and keep rewriting that summary from time to time. Use first principle. According to this first principle approach, if you want to learn anything, Elon Musk has built both his companies, Tesla and SpaceX, using this first principle approach. For example, when Elon wanted to make an affordable rocket in SpaceX, so people were telling him that making a rocket has always been an expensive process, and it will continue to be so. That's why making a rocket cheap, which can be used repeatedly, is an impossible task. So Elon started questioning himself here. Why are rockets expensive? Because the parts involved. They are expensive and these rockets are very large in size. So he thought if he wants to make a rocket himself, which is small in size, then what materials will he need? Where do all these materials come from? Which one is the cheapest? Doing this, Elon breaks down each of his problems until it becomes such a simple problem whose solution is very easy to find. And in this process, Elon learns from a lot of books and experts. And you can also use it in your learning method, because every time it's not just about remembering. Many times you should be able to solve problems to get good marks in exams. It is used most in maths. For such complex studies, you should use the first principle approach, where you break down every question into many simple questions, and then solve it. Elon Musk says, "It is for this reason that Elon Musk is able to work in such different sectors." Its simple meaning is that whatever you read, it should be connected to something. Otherwise, you will never remember it. For example, when Elon does something new in one of his companies, solves a problem. So he connects the concept to his other company, solves similar problems there too. And this is a very powerful technique. Whenever you are reading something new, ask yourself, how is everything you have read so far connected? For example, if you are having a lot of trouble solving a problem in physics, then see how you can use math there, or how a physics chapter you read in the past is connected to this problem. By doing this, you not only remember your old concepts, along with linking these concepts to new information, you create a net of knowledge in your mind, where everything is somehow connected to each other. That's why you never forget it. And by using it with new information again and again, your memory becomes even stronger. You must have noticed one example. When you try to remember math formulas, you don't remember them easily. But when you keep using those formulas in your math problems over and over again, you remember them automatically. And you never have to force your brain to remember them. So connect whatever you read to something and create a net of your knowledge. After that, you will never forget anything. See how we remembered what we read about the bag so far. But Cal Newport says that we should not focus on study hard like clocks, but focus on studying smart, like a grade students do.